I wanted to make a video about this whole net neutrality thing some days ago when the court case reached its verdict. And for those of you who don't know what it's about, there's a link in the video description if you want to read more information about it. I sat on this for a few days because I wanted to hear multiple opinions about it, try and hear things from both sides. The only problem is the side that is for this is very silent and not making a real positive voice. And I can pro and con anything and devil's advocate damn near anything, and I'll be damned if I can find a legitimate, beneficial anything that us, the consumer of internet services, are going to get from net neutrality laws being struck down. For those of you who don't know what net neutrality is, it's basically a set of guidelines and rules that the Federal Communications Commission, also known as the FCC, put forth on internet service providers that basically make things an equal playing field for websites that create content, put our content on there, etc., etc. And what companies like Verizon is one of the main companies that took the FCC to court. They took the actual US government to court over this because they want to have the ability to do things like offer a top-tier service to people and websites that are willing to pay for it. In other words, they can give you, like say YouTube wanted to fork out, some money to Verizon and said, hey, get our website at a higher transfer speed to our consumers. And if they want to pay for that, they can absolutely do that. Verizon wants the ability to have something like that and offer that and basically make more money. Aside from all of us paying our internet service fees, they want the ability to make more money off of the websites themselves. And a lot of websites are probably going to do this. And if that's the one pro I can see from this, is that the websites that are willing to pay to have a top-tier service with Verizon, Comcast, Time Warner, or any of many telecommunications companies out there that give us our internet feeds, like something like Netflix. And, Verizon has a big fiber optic network. I'm a subscriber to it here. I have Verizon Fios here. It's phenomenal. It's fucking amazing. If something like Netflix is able to transmit in Blu-ray quality now, I mean, that would be fucking great. That's a potential positive from it. That's about the only thing I can think of. It's going to basically allow for higher quality content to be streamed to your television, to your computer, etc., faster transfer speeds, like that, for websites that pay to have that. That aside, the ability to bury and fuck over the consumer completely overshadows any possible positive aspect of this. Like, I don't know if you people realize this, but this was the fucking government that was the defense here. The plaintiff was Verizon and big business, and big government lost. This goes back to that video I made a couple days ago about e-cigarettes getting banned in places like New York City, and how big tobacco, I feel, is one of the main catalysts into getting e-cigarettes banned because it hurts their bottom line, and e-cigarettes aren't taxed the same way big tobacco is. Anyway, someone left a comment on that video along the lines of, it's not politicians and the government that make the rules. It's big business. And this is part and parcel to that. This is the telecommunications companies forcing their hand on the government and striking down the own laws that they made. Net neutrality is fucked. The consumers are going to get fucked from this. What this allows, and one of the things that this allows, one of the negative things this allows, is, like I said, if, say, I'll stick with YouTube as an example, if YouTube wants to fork out higher money to say, hey, Verizon, carry our services at a higher transfer rate, so the videos are clearer and blah, 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 whereas Any of the competitors would be like, well, we can't compete with that because we don't have the money that Verizon wants to buy their transfer speed packages. And another thing that this does, and this is specifically to like a group like Time Warner that wants to stick up for the copyrights and stuff like that, a company like that produces actual copyrighted content, we could say, we fought the good fight against these pirating websites and stuff like that, but U.S. government can't shut them down. A lot of them are overseas, etc. We tried, but those pirating sites are everywhere. People stream shit all the time. That's illegal streaming of stuff. I'm guilty of that myself. But now, with net neutrality gone, one of the rules that the FCC had in place was that no internet service provider could charge an access fee to any website. Now, a website itself could say, all right, we want to charge the users $9.99 a month to enter, like what Netflix would do to stream their content online. And we'll stick with something like Netflix, if Verizon wanted to not only charge Netflix to get a higher transfer fee, have Netflix charge $9.99 a month to get their services, Verizon could also say, all right, anyone that has Verizon as their internet provider now has to pay $5.99 a month to get Netflix, $10.99 a month, $100 a month, lower, higher, anything. They can do that legally now. Oh, you guys like using Pirate Bay? Well, the government couldn't get it shut down and all those websites like that, but guess what? Now Verizon and Comcast can charge you to fucking get to the website. Any free website. You could go to any free website and Verizon could just say, well, we'll just pick something out of random. We're not on positive terms with Fox News. You want to get on foxnews.com? $5.99 a month. Pay us, motherfuckers. And they could do it legally. And guess what? When you get on their website, have fun with dial-up speed. Oh, what's that, Fox News? You want higher than dial-up speed? Pay us, motherfucker. This is fucking insanity. I mean, my God. And as many times as I've attacked the FCC, and you guys out there as well, I know we all hate a group like the FCC for what they've done and a number of ways that are censoring our society. But it's times like this where the FCC and the government was in the right and fighting for us and fighting for the public's best interest. It's not often that you'll hear me stick up for big government, and this is one of those times that big government was sticking up for us against the big corporate greedy motherfuckers, and they lost. They fucking lost on a technicality for how they classified internet more as a commodity and not as like a general communication service like a telephone provider, etc. This is fucking terrible. This is fucking terrible because the big websites with the money are going to get the preferential treatment. It's kind of like here on YouTube where top tier partners that are willing to pay, or anyone that's willing to pay a sort of promotional service, can get their stuff prominently featured. Now, this is vastly different from the net neutrality getting struck down because, you simply don't have to watch the promoted videos. Whereas with net neutrality gone, you gotta pay just to get into the fucking website itself. Now, nothing may end up changing, everything may end up changing, but you have to ask yourselves this. Why would someone like Verizon, why would a company like Verizon even take the FCC to court over this, take the government to court over this, unless there wasn't some ulterior motive to do so? They want to make more money off of big websites like YouTube and Facebook, etc. They want to be able to charge them. It's fucking sickening because these telecommunication companies that are already making billions of dollars off of us in internet service fees are now going to be making money off of websites that are free that may end up being charged websites now to cover the costs just to be able to be accessed. This is fucking insanity. My God. And I mean, I'm not professing to be a lawyer yet, But I think the FCC is fucked. I don't see them getting through any possible loophole in any sort of appeals court, or even taking this up to the Supreme Court. This is just bad news, and you people just, you know, that are used to everything just being fine and free, and pirating sites just being just an acceptable way of our life, those days may be drastically numbered. Doesn't matter if they're abroad or anything like that. Fucking Verizon wants to say, you want to go to Pirate Bay, $5.99 a month? They can do it legally. And there's nothing we can fucking do about it other than pay it or just give up internet altogether. Oh my God, people. This is just, man. Like I said, I can pro and con damn near anything and play devil's advocate, but man, I'd be damned if I can't find much of anything other than, like I said, you know, getting higher stream rates for something like Netflix and better quality, you know, video on my television. But man, it's going to bury competitors that can't pay with top-tier websites right now, they can't afford, and they're going to get shit transfer speeds. Fucking unreal. Man, fucking internet websites themselves must be like fucking, what the fuck just happened? But then again, as I've always said, it just goes to show you how fucking volatile things are here on the internet. Things could change just like that. I've been saying that for fucking years, so I guess I really shouldn't be surprised. And when I read this the first time, and I read the court verdict, I was like, I'm not really surprised at this at all. But it fucking sucks. Anyway, link in the video description for an article if you want to read more about this and open your mind up to what's probably going to be happening. Because like I said, Verizon wouldn't take the FCC to court unless they wanted to put these gears into motion. So we've got to see what's going to happen here over the upcoming years. But I don't see it being much of anything good. A little bit of good, but a whole lot of fucking bad. Anyway, have a great day, everyone, and let's enjoy our free internet. Well, other than the service fees we pay to access the internet. Let's enjoy our free internet websites for as long as we can, people. Have a good day.